Alrighty, y'all. So we just got done watching the surprise Nintendo Direct Mini that literally came out of nowhere. No type of fanfare, no type of hype whatsoever. And as you can see here, we're actually we just got done streaming it. Shout out to the chat right over there. Chat, say what's up. You guys are gonna be immortalized on a YouTube video because we're doing it live right now. What better way to share all of our collective thoughts? So I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be commentating over what we saw in the Direct in addition to the chat as well. The chat is going to have their input on a couple of the things. Yeah, y'all made it into an NGS video as it's recording. This is like a wild behind the scenes. So yeah, if I forget a couple of things during the stream, the chat will be there to help me out. But first, we might as well just do some type of an introduction to this, considering there's been a lot of, I guess you could say, what's the exact term I'm looking for? Well, there's been a lot of salty people on the internet over the lack of a proper Nintendo Direct. There have been people counting down the days since the last one, because correct me if I'm wrong, I believe the last time we saw a Nintendo Direct in any capacity was back in September when they first unveiled Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. From September to the end of March, that's more than 6.5 months, which is crazy if you think about it. That's the longest we've been without a Direct. Me, myself, and I, being a rational individual, you know, who's got other priorities, job, video games to play in a backlog, I really wasn't losing sleep over not seeing a Direct. Why? Well, because there's still a ton of video games to play, and just judging based off the way Nintendo runs things, they're predictably unpredictable. They could come out here on a random Thursday afternoon and say, hey, we got a Nintendo Direct for y'all. And that's kind of what they did. So in this Nintendo Direct Mini, which again, temper your expectations, but you know, people aren't going to do that. We saw a couple of things. So the biggest one that I want to tackle first and foremost is it addressed all of the recent leaks that we had seen on the internet in regards to a couple of older titles being moved to the Switch. So we saw collections for 2K products. BioShock Collection is coming to Nintendo Switch, which includes the first game, second game, and Infinite. We've also got the Borderlands Legendary Collection, which I would assume is going to be Borderlands 1, 2, and the pre-sequel, all three of those games. I assume they didn't say, and just judging based off the visuals I saw, I'm not a big Borderlands fan. I've played them, but I'm not like, oh, I know that's the pre-sequel, this is that. I assume it's going to be those games, but again, the chat will be able to help you out. And then other than that, we also got an XCOM 2 collection, which is great. Again, all these things have been rated in the past. We've seen listings for them pop up. It's been honestly a couple of months now. So the fact that we finally got confirmations for those, that is awesome. In addition to that, Catherine Full Body, again, a game that was leaked by a rating, is coming to the Nintendo Switch in the summer. So we got confirmations that those games were indeed coming to Switch. And we also got an update that Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, we finally got that release date after it. Like, I don't know, I feel like that's been the worst kept secret out of everything. Everyone just knew that, like, yo, Xenoblade is going to be coming. If anything, they're probably going to time it for spring. It's going to come out then. And then literally we just kept seeing, like, all these listings go up. And it's just like, yep, it's happening. It's happening. It's happening. Why is that SKU up there? Why is that more money than the rest? Special edition. And then here we go. We got Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. It comes out May 29th. And it also comes with special editions depending on your region. I haven't checked out what the other countries' special editions are, but I assume they're going to be better than the U.S., considering all of their special editions in history seem to be better than the U.S. Oh, gosh. Tragedy. But it's also coming out the same day as Last of Us Part 2, so I don't know how that's going to work. I mean, me, myself, and I'm getting both because I love both studios, but damn, that's a lot of gaming on that day. And then other than that, yeah, we didn't really get much else. That was basically the gist. Like, those were the major highlights of the stream, because everything else was pretty much just updates for things that you already knew existed. Like Ring Fit Adventures getting an update. Super Smash Brothers is going to be getting an update. ARMS is getting a free trial. Like, all these games that you already knew about, they're getting new things added to them. Which is okay. It's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But when you're coming on here in a Nintendo Direct, a lot of people expect something a little more. And that's the only time I would ever say expectations need to be met when it comes to something like this. Because if it's something that could be put up in a blog post like they do on the PlayStation blog, yet you come out here with this direct, it's kind of like, eh. But you know, me being a rational individual, I don't really care, considering they didn't have to come out and do this direct at all. Like, why in the world am I losing sleep over the fact that this direct wasn't the greatest thing? So yeah, we saw updates on Bravely Default, you know. We saw the fact that Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 3 is getting a demo. We saw all these little things here and there, some stealth drops like that Star Wars game, and then there's that Shin something Deep Sea Diver type game that got a stealth drop too. Panzer Dragoon Remake, that got a stealth drop. So for me, it's like, okay, I wasn't necessarily excited about all these things. It didn't show me all of the things I wanted to see in 2020. But for what it is, it did its job, and we're just going to keep it moving. That's it. That's how it is. So for me, myself, I'm going to keep saying this because I have a bunch of people here in the chat who have their own opinions, and they want to share with y'all, and I'm going to commentate on some of them. For me, myself, I thought this direct was fine. I didn't see really too much of an issue with it. I mean, it told us a couple of things about games coming out, and you kind of have to read the room when it comes to the situation. You know, Nintendo opened it up and they said, due to the current global health crisis, we cannot guarantee that a lot of these games are going to be hitting the said release dates. You kind of saw that also with the indie direct that they did as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if, because of all this stuff happening, it might have pushed back development for a couple of Nintendo's games. And maybe they're not in the best position to really come out here and show it off, you know? Especially because they've gotten criticism in the past for showing off games way too early, like Bayonetta 3, Shin Megami Tensei 5, Metroid Prime 4, like all those games. Like, maybe they'd rather show the games as they're closer to release, and maybe this thing that's going on in the world actually matters more than them coming out here and preparing a trailer for whatever game they have coming out in the fall. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's all I wanted to say as far as this direct is concerned. I think it's fine. I'm going to go back to be playing Animal Crossing in addition to all the other stealth releases they came out with. I really want to try out that Panzer Dragoon, seriously. But yeah, I'm going to open it up to the chat right here. Y'all feel free to say what you want to say. I see a couple of people in the comments right here. Make It Motion. Nintendo doesn't really have a 2020 lineup. Yeah, they don't. But again, Nintendo's always been, like, as Arlo says, the king of left field. There'll be times where you don't know anything about their lineups, and then they drop a Nintendo Direct, and it's like, wow, that's all the games for the year. Seriously, like, look at last year. That's what they literally did with their Direct. Like, we knew some games were coming out, but then they come out here and they're like, okay, here's Astral Chain, and here's a release date for Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, and here's Super Mario Maker 2, a game that we didn't know was coming out until, like, what, 3 months before or something? So for me, it's like, who's to say after all this is situated, they might come out there and do something else. They might come out with a June Direct. Like, that's why I don't really lose sleep over Nintendo Directs. I don't do that because they literally have shown in the past they can come out here and do it. Now, if it comes the end of the year and we don't get any more games from Nintendo, which I think is very unlikely, then that's cause for alarm. If Animal Crossing is their last major game and they don't put anything else out there, but come on, when is Nintendo, sans the Wii U era, when has Nintendo ever done that? Even 2018, which was a admittedly lackluster year for Nintendo, they still ended off the year with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. You know, like that's a major game. You see, yeah, that's why I'm not losing sleep. It's a mini. Just keep it moving. Where's the Luigi's Mansion 1 and 2 collection on Switch? I would love for it to happen, but again, I would love for a lot of collections to come to the Switch. We don't know where Bayonetta 3 is, man. I if y'all have noticed, I've stopped ranting about where's Bayonetta 3. It's just it's not conducive for my health. They don't want to show us this game at all. And they still do have their E3 showcase as well. Yeah, the weird thing about that Smash character reveal is, honestly, I feel like they wanted to have something prepped but due to all this stuff, they were just like, yo, we can't do it yet. So they just said, yeah, it's a character from ARMS. That's it. Shin Megami Tensei 5 does not exist. Like, guys, all the stuff you're saying, all these ports would be great, but those are up to the publishers. That's not up to Nintendo. Nintendo can't come up here and say, Capcom, port all the Ace Attorney trilogy games. That's on Capcom. Breath of the Wild 2? I mean, I feel like they'd save that for E3. Because there's games that you show off, and then there's games that you wait and show off. You know what I'm saying? Like Astral Chain, they could put in a March Direct. Super Mario Maker 2, they can put in a March Direct. Zelda, a mainline Mario game, I feel like either that's going to be your first big Direct of the year, or it's got to be E3, you know? Wonderful 101 comes out, I think, in a few weeks. Yeah, I'm gonna download the ARMS trial. I'll give it another shot. I think we'll do a minute or two more of just answering questions from the chat. Yeah, it comes out in May. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Sakurai said the Fighter's Pass would be delayed because of the virus. So I wouldn't be surprised if, had all this stuff not went down, they would have done some type of proper Smash reveal instead of just saying a character from ARMS is coming. Uh-oh. He said ARMS doesn't deserve it. Here we go. I'm not going to get into this right now. I mean, free trials, man. They don't hurt. I like that Nintendo's done that for their multiplayer games. Every multiplayer game that's not like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, because they're like, yo, Nintendo's probably still wondering to themselves, yo, who is buying this game? You got arms, but you got hands? Well, motherfucker, you got legs. Arms getting a fighter increases Rex's chances. How so? Yeah, let the ARMS fans have something. Come on. Where's Kingdom Hearts on Switch? You gotta ask Square Enix, bro. Like I said, anything that's third party, you have to ask the respective publisher. But yeah, I think that we're pretty much going to wrap this up right now. There's not much else to say on this Direct Mini. Overall, what is your verdict, y'all? I don't really do things on a 10-point scale. But if you guys had to rate this Direct 1 out of 10, what would you rate it? Personally, I would say this Direct is a solid... I'd say it's a solid 6.5. 6.5 out of 10 for me. And that's fine. 6.5 is not a bad score at all. It's better than average. It's okay. 6.5. It's fine. It's okay. 6.5 out of 10. That's it. See what we got here. We got 7 out of 10. We got it was fine out of 10. 6.5 out of 10. Ooh, 9 out of 10. COVID-19 out of 10. Good God, you savage. Fine out of 10. 7 out of 10. 2 out of 10. 8.9. Okay. Probably a 6. Yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles, baby. Yeah, so we're looking in like the 6 to 7 range. 5 to 6. Yeah, 5 to 7 range. There we go. See, it was pretty decent out of 10. A very crisp okay. There we go. Yeah, we all got the same score, see? Yeah, look at that. See, that's how it is. See, we're all realists right here. Now, I guarantee you there's going to be people in this community who are going to be like, what was that Direct? We waited 6.5 months. I haven't had sex since last year because I was waiting for this Direct. There are going to be people saying that. That's sad, man. 1 million out of 10. See, that's some positivity right there, Make Emotion. Yeah, it's a C+ rating. Like, it's fine. It's fine. We're going to keep it moving. Yo. Before I go, as you can say now, it's just really impromptu. If y'all have Animal Crossing and you are on my friend list, I'm going to be scoping out your islands today. So I'm not going to tell you when, but if you're playing Animal Crossing, leave your gate open, because I'm going to be climbing in your window. I'm going to be snatching your fruit up. taking all of your resources. So you better hide kids, hide your wife, because this man Neo is coming and taking all the materials. But yeah, if we're friends on Animal Crossing, open up your gate later tonight. Wow, that was actually a really intense slap. Open up your gate because I'm coming through. And I will have my gate open up later tonight too. So we can all just pal around and have fun. Yeah, but for me to you for now, y'all, my name is NGS, signing out. Shout out to the chat. Y'all made it into a video. This is lit. I think I might do more of these if my schedule permits. I like these like post-chat discussions. You know, what did you guys think about it? Let me know down below in the comment section. For me to you for now, my name is NGS, signing out. And like always, I will catch you guys later. Peace.